Is it Uncle Shannon's fault? Is it Unc's fault that Katt Williams broke the internet? Yeah, man, a lot of people are saying it's Shannon's fault. I don't think it's Unc's fault at all, though. I think Unc conducted the interview. Katt Williams chose to speak how he felt. He chose to tell his truth. And I think a lot of people are upset. Let's talk about it. I think it's more of a hate against Shannon Sharpe podcast being so successful because the boy almost had 30 million views. And that could make a lot of people upset. I seen people are saying that Shannon should have cut him off. He shouldn't have put out the clips of him talking about the people. When you do an interview, you're supposed to let the guests talk freely. And Katt himself said he felt like Shannon Sharpe's show, Club Shay Shay, was a safe space for him to say what he want and express himself. So I think Shannon Sharpe gave him the ability to do that. I think a lot of people just don't like the success that Shannon Sharpe is having. They thought after Shannon Sharpe parted with Skip Bayless that he might dwindle. It seems like he got bigger than ever. So, a lot of people don't like that. And a lot of people have been doing the podcast thing for a while, and they might not have reached the success that Shannon has reached. So they kind of upset about that. So they're throwing shots at Shannon. They're finding every reason to come at Shannon. And Shannon said he's not giving them any of his relevancy, so he's not even going to call their name. He's not going to acknowledge it on his podcast or on his platform because he feel like if he acknowledges them, he's giving them light, which in the case is kind of true because when you think about the platform that Shannon Sharpe have right now, it's probably if not the biggest, one of the biggest in our culture, in our space. In the content space right now, he's at number 3 in most viewed interview, and only Joe Rogan's beating him. Joe Rogan has 1 and 2, and I think he had 3, 4, and 5 also. And Shannon just came, and Shannon more likely is going to get 2, because he's at, I think it's 32 million, and he's at 28, 29 million right now, and it's only been a few days. So, in the next few days or maybe another week, Shannon Sharpe probably will hit surpass that 32 million point, and he'll be the second highest interviewed, watched on out there. Yeah, man, I don't think it's Unc's fault. I think Katt Williams had some stuff to get off his chest, and I think he just chose Unc platform to do it because I've seen Katt was on a couple of other places not too long ago, a few weeks ago, and he didn't express any of this. But I think he felt like, some guy said some stuff about him on Shannon's podcast, and I think, Katt just went in. I think they tiptoed around it a little bit, and Katt went all the way in. Katt didn't hold back. He told him how he feel, and that's just that. When it comes to Shannon Sharpe and his influence in the culture right now, a lot of people don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like to see Shannon, because Shannon is peaking right now. One would say Shannon is bigger than Stephen A. Smith in the culture when it comes to what he's doing. At least to me he is. Stephen A. might have the longevity, and he may be a little bit more famous. But that boy Shannon Sharpe is doing his thing. Unc's at the top of his game. He's peaking. And the podcast he had with Ocho Cinco, them two making magic over there. Can't lie, man. Those two got a chemistry that I didn't see coming. I didn't know how it was going to work, and it surpassed everything that I thought about. So shout out to them. But yeah, man, I can't blame Unc for this, man. How could we blame Unc for this? This is not Unc's fault. Unc did an interview, and he did what he's supposed to do. He sat there and he let the interviewee say what he felt like saying. He let him express himself. He let him open up. And Unc did bring him back into later on into the podcast by start doing the interview with him, and Katt still found way to answer with those guys. So you can't blame what you want Unc to do, scrap the whole podcast because he didn't want y'all to feel away. I think Unc did his job, and I think I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's an issue. I don't find an issue with it, but a lot of guys out there find the issue with it. And I don't think it's because of what Katt said. I think it's because of the success Shannon Sharpe's been having So they're gonna find any excuse to try and hit at Unc's success. But yeah, man, that's just my thoughts on the situation, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Is it Unc's fault that Katt broke the internet? Y'all let me know in the comment section, man.